Let's head into battle. Let's do some Guild Boss 2, see how much KIGIRI can shine on a watch guard comp. It's going to be a beautiful thing. All right, this is a KIGIRI guide, but this will be a full Guild Boss 2 showcase. I'm not going to show you the build or everything crazy on all of these heroes. All you need to know specifically gear-wise is a lot of these heroes are wearing Invigoration, Dolores, of course, Fasti, Elowen. I'm not going to show you all of them, but you get it. Dolores, Fasti, Elowen, Leia. We've got Invigoration on all of them, so it's going to really boost our main DPSs, specifically Nocturne, Soul Cadence, Alistair, and KIGIRI. The other stuff I want to tell you is just everyone's roles. Soul Cadence is going to provide debuffs. He is at A2. At A1, we get those big vulnerabilities, 25% magic, 25% physical, really good. With Nocturne, we'll get great damage because he's dealing true damage. It will help us shred the Aegis phase a lot. I will say, I think Pink might rethink running Nocturne in this comp once we see how easily KIGIRI can strip those buffs. Then we've got Dolores over here. She's obviously there for inspiration. We've got Fasti. He's there for his Sand Aegis passive. If you've got Fasti, please make sure this is at max level. 25% reduced AoE damage taken for everyone in range. That's going to be our whole team. Elowen is obviously there to be a goddess, rage regeneration, good heals, the wood elf, but most importantly, the cleanse. Leia is going to help us a lot with extra rage, damage boosts, and heals. Alistair with his Radiant Erosion is going to provide a lot of true damage based off of the boss's defense, and he's got good DPS himself. Additionally, he places a decreased damage dealt debuff, say that 10 times fast, on the boss, so the boss will deal less damage to us. KIGIRI, he's doing bleeds, he's doing burst, he's doing strips, he's doing it all. He's going to be awesome. Broke here is there to tank and give damage mitigation when he's frozen, and Helga, obviously, is there for the stuns. Pink was nice enough to already set this up with placement, so we can just click auto fight, and then I'm going to head into the battle. From here on out, I'll highlight all the cool KIGIRI stuff, but this is now a Guild Boss 2 showcase. Watch it, skip to the end, whatever you want to do. All right, everyone is placed. Let's head in. So let me show you how to do the Ember Strike. Boom, right? It's actually hard to see. KIGIRI's here. He's actually hidden away from everyone. Let me demonstrate it one more time when it's clear. We'll trigger Helga there for the stuns. But basically, you can see he gets his rage up really, really fast. I'm not going to do anything else right now, just so I can demo this. And when he goes to deal damage, like here when he's up, let's trigger it, and now we get, you see the ult ended early, and now because it was within the first 3 seconds, we controlled it, we saw the hit coming, we get the Ember Strike. That's the double hitter of 400% damage. All the fantastic stuff, you know, the juiced up things from the passive, everything. So let's take this one down. We'll trigger Leia here for a little damage boost. We'll trigger Fasti. I really mostly want to save everything else. Need the Death Saw for Helga. I'll show you that Ember Strike one more time. Obviously, I'm going to be using ults and everything later on in the battle, but right now it's so easy at the beginning. We might as well get this going. Up he goes. Let's trigger KIGIRI, and boom. Ended early. We got the Ember Strike. Hard to see the animation, but you saw that was within 3 seconds. Big, big damage. If we check current statistics, you'll see literally a superstar. How ridiculous is that? Let me also take this moment to move myself up, make myself small, so we can really focus on the heroes, not on me. But look at that, he's at 10 million, he's ahead of everyone. To be fair, I haven't ulted with anyone else, let's be real, but you'll see even later in the battle, this guy is really good. Really, really good. Controlling the Death Saw with the stuns from Helga. And now we can time this out really well, so we can get a big burst. We'll get KIGIRI on that, we'll go this, we'll go Leia, and we're gonna go right down the line with all these guys, so we can take advantage of this window. Could have been slightly earlier on everything, but we got the Soul Cadence pop, that's what counts. So now you guys will get to see some good opportunities visually with him stripping buffs. So let's wait till he places some Aegis stacks. So here's an Aegis mode. We should get hit in between now. Is he going to do it? Yeah. So we trigger KIGIRI, and boom. You see, we took it right off. So we triggered KIGIRI. We got another Ember Strike. We saw the hit coming. Remember, when he does his AoE, that's when he places the bleed. We can see the bleed over there. When he does the single target, that's when he strips the buff. Can speed this along a little bit. We are going to try to get a really nice score for Pink. I won't save it regardless because I know he's going to want to do it himself. But his highest score ever before the patch, before he got Kigiri, was like 66,000. I'm pretty darn confident, unless I misclick or something, we're definitely going to break that 80K threshold right now. So here we go. He's putting on some more stacks. Let's wait for that hit. Let's show you again. There he goes. We trigger. We got an Ember Strike, and we stripped it right off. Off it fell. All right, let's line this all up for the end now so we can get a big burst. Trigger, trigger, Dolores. Didn't line everyone up, but the damage is still good. We're already over 10K current stats, so it's already moved on to the next one. We'll check when it's like harder levels and stuff. Let me show you how to use Eloin in case you don't know. Let's also get a strike ready. When he goes up, you press Eloin. That times out the cleanse perfectly. This cleanse stayed on someone over here. Not sure why. Let's see. No idea why. This is still, hold on, let's do a top down. Kigiri, don't know why. Honestly, if anyone knows, tell me. Kigiri still has a poison on him. That's bizarre. Let's trigger Leia. Let's get some damage out. Obviously, I'm not being so thoughtful right now with what I'm doing with everyone else. I'm taking these first initial rounds, phases, whatever, to really just highlight Kigiri. Also, I'm pretty sure in this video I've called Kigiri Lucius 100 times, so either me or R-Type will have edited that in post. So if it is you, R-Type, thank you so much. I do not know why. I guess they're both watchers. They both do the strips. I keep messing those names up. So here we go, Eloin. Up he goes there. Now we trigger as he comes down. Eloin, boom. Cleanse. All right, that time it came off. I don't know what that glitch thing was before. Let's trigger. Let's trigger. Let's trigger. Unfortunately, he didn't get the slam, so we're actually not going to get the early sweeping strike or Ember Strike. So you're going to see it will happen with Kigiri right as it runs out. There, he did it. You saw him dash up there. Pretty cool. Ember right about 15K damage. That's pretty good for this thing. We'll keep the current stats open now. And now I'm going to treat this like a real run, guys. So I might talk a little less. If you have questions about something you see happen in the next few cycles, you can let me know. But yeah, right now I'm going to focus more just on putting out a good run. Trigger Helga. A little early on Dolores, unfortunately. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Want to time out Kigiri here. Looks like I can't line it up with Dolores. It is a little tricky, the timings. There's an Ember Strike. I think we saw Dolores. Hard to say. Let's trigger Leia. Leia makes cycling Eloin and Helga for their respective phases. Eloin for phase 3, Helga for phase 1. She makes it so much easier. It's crazy. So now we'll just line up the damage for the end here. Let's get Helga. Nocturne literally taking forever. His ult takes a really long time, to be fair. I will trigger. Trigger. Here comes Kigiri. Boom. Now Dolores. We lined that up really nice. Here comes Nocturne. Didn't line up Nocturne with Soul Cadence, unfortunately, but the damage still looks good. You can see right there, you saw that buff got placed, that Aegis buff, and then came off. That was our periodical every 25 seconds with the current build sweeping strike. It's kind of hard to see because he dashes so fast, especially when you're on 2x. But yeah, let's trigger. We got the Ember Strike. That's kind of the key thing, I would say. Try to line up his ults when it's happening. You don't have to build the whole fight around it, but try to line it up with the moments when you're about to get attacked to guarantee you that parry within the 3 seconds. Because it makes a big difference. There, boom. Doing really well. He's never had more than 1 stack this whole time. Kind of mindless with the patch plus Kigiri. It's pretty crazy. This used to be the hardest thing in the world. That was too early a trigger on Eloin, because, or maybe too late into this phase, because now it might not line up with the next one. It is possible that Leia's just going to save the day like she always does. Soul Cadence. Perfect. He went right before. So yeah, we're going to just miss this Eloin, but we will be able to cycle fast enough for the next one. So you can see normally I'd hit it there, but we were at 96%, so a few moments late. Aaron through these guys. You can see Soul Cadence is He's pretty great. He's really good. We'll get a little mitigation there from Brokir. You can control Brokir's ult to make sure he's frozen. Then he provides the reduction in damage, you know, to everyone else around. Cool thing here, I think. No, okay. I thought the poison would. It still got triggered there. I thought the poison would trigger the strike, but it looks like it didn't. That's too bad. Okay, off to the races. It might have been slightly late. Wait, you know, I should have just not used Helga. I didn't really need the damage, you know. Trigger Elwyn for a cleanse. Now we're getting to the part of the fight where I'm really gonna have to focus. So when it's at about 237, that's the time to trigger Helga, if you guys want to know for yourself, to get early on the rotations. With Leia, it's kind of a non-issue, because Leia always giving that extra 10% when she ults just makes the whole thing move smooth. Let's get the KIGIRI. Tons of damage. Trigger the burst heal with Pharisee. Up. Let's go Dolores, then KIGIRI. The Dolores trigger didn't work. All right, that's too bad. I think she was still doing her inspiration. So normally, right, I wouldn't even be ulting right now. I'd be saving it all to unload it once this vulnerability period ended after the Death Saw phase, and then I would want to unload at the very start of the Aegis phase to get way ahead. But with the new patch, the fact that people like heroes, specifically KIGIRI and Lucius, can keep stripping permanently, the phase is just way easy. It's just easy if you have those two. There's not much more to it. It's just easy. You'll see that right now. So normally I would have saved everybody, and right now I'd start unloading all the ults, but instead we can just kind of cruise. I still might do that a little later on, just to make sure we're cooking with everything. You know, so far so good. Tearing through all of this. Lucius just did another periodic one. We didn't need to use the ult there. And there we go, we're at 50% with 2 minutes left, so we're way ahead of schedule right now. And no offense to Pink, but this is not like the most meta comp in the world. I'm sure he was struggling with this phase already last time, and we know for a fact he had never beaten the other Aegis phase. But now with KIGIRI, he will. This is nice timing. We got Dolores going too. And there we go. Let's get a little Soul Cadence. Dolores, we should have a nice little burst here to put us over 50k or so. We saved Elwyn. I didn't mess everything up that time. I'm going to try to time out KIGIRI here. I will say, I do find it hard to time out KIGIRI with Dolores all the time when you have all these other heroes to worry about. You can see a lot of these phases, he's coming in at number 2 damage, number 3. You're not going to beat an A2 Soul Cadence really for content like this with the comps we're running, but really good. So there it worked. There it was triggered by the poison. So that's what I wanted to see before. Maybe it did work before too, and I just missed it. But that's a nice thing that you're kind of guaranteed the Ember Strikes. We'll test that again in a second. All right, up he goes, cleanse. After this, when we enter the next cycle, that's when I'm really going to focus up on all this stuff. Could have done Lucius. I keep saying Lucius. I could have done KIGIRI there, but I want to make sure Dolores is going, so we'll do him here. Perfect. Get broke here. Elwyn cleanse. Up. Okay. A little Fasti action. Get a little Alistair. Get a little KIGIRI. Why not? Get a little Dolores. Okay, so we're 10K off the number we're going for, but we really want to break 80K. All right, so that lined up with Dolores. Soul Cadence, Dolores, and Nocturne just lined up. That's great. We're not going to use Leia until after we use Helga. There's 237. Let's trigger. Now we'll use Leia, KIGIRI, Fasti. Slight work. It's kind of crazy. Like the way the fight's working now, if you have someone to control each phase, which we do, right? Phase 1, we've got Helga. Phase 2, we've got KIGIRI. Phase 3, we've got Eloin. Combine that with a lot of rage cycling between Eloin and Leia. It's pretty smooth. Looks like I might have been early on Helga there. I actually don't know what happened. Let's get some heals out just in case, and let's get a freeze from Broke here. All right, we held on. That's fine. KIGIRI there. Boom, we got an Ember Strike while Dolores was going. Beautiful. Helga. It looks like this Helga's only been getting 8 every time. I'm only just noticing now because now it's becoming relevant. Not a great thing. I assume the attack speed just isn't there, or the rage regen isn't there. Because with Leia, that shouldn't happen. I don't know if that might have been 3 or 4 seconds. So I don't know if we got Ember Strike there, or if we got the sweeping strike. You can see KIGIRI is doing great. Again, you can't really compare Hero to Soul Cadence for this stuff, but he's doing a nice job. Yeah, she's definitely cycling fast enough here, so get some triggers. Let's get some Wood Elf, and now we should be good. Probably should have saved that for the in-between, but honestly, I do think we're going to make it. So let's go for it. Okay, nice. We will use Dolores for the start of this one to make it perfect. So as he starts coming up, we're going to trigger. We're going to Dolores. We're going to go. We've got KIGIRI going. Soul Cadence. Here with an Ember Strike, beautiful. The damage still is going to pick up here, but you'll see he's just not getting those Aegis stacks. Let's wait. Fasti for the insta-heal. Leia. He's going to try to Aegis again. We should get a periodic one in just a second. We did. Look at that. He stripped it off. All right, now we'll get... This is definitely a sweeping strike. Oh, no, that was Ember Strike. My bad. Perfect. So we broke 70K now, so we already have the PB. But again, we're not really competing against Pink Gear because he's never tried it with this comp, which is obviously a superior comp now that he has a KIGIRI. But look at that. Look at the time. Normally, with all those stacks, before the patch and before you had a hero, Pink had a hero like KIGIRI, there's no way before a minute and a half we'd be, already a nice chunk under 50%. But now we are. And he's never had more than one buff up. He's just completely limited in that respect. It really neutralizes him. With the patch, with a KIGIRI or a Lucius, this is a different phase. First time I'm doing it, if that wasn't clear. I've seen it on Forerunner and stuff, but this is the first time I'm doing it myself. Since it came to global, I haven't done my attempts yet this week. Let's get KIGIRI, go. All right, let's burst it, baby. Okay, we are done. So the farthest this account's ever been in this fight now. Really, thanks to KIGIRI. So let's time it all out. Boom. Forgot Alistair. We should tear through this, though. He's going to start hitting really hard now, though. This is where having Fasti and Alistair with, like, the permanent damage reduction the whole time, Where is it? Where is his dealing less damage? Minus 30% damage. That plus Fasti, the Alistair Fasti combination, and we use Broke here as well. It's just a ridiculous combo. He's gonna start a Cyclops. We trigger. Oh, Kigiri dropped, so that's unfortunate. We just got unlucky there. Here comes a cleanse. Got it. All right, so this is the part of the fight where it just starts getting sweaty. We might not have the HP, the DPS, but we still should cruise this 80k right about now. Perfection. And I really do think this is an accessible spot for a lot of you guys to see an account. I hope so, at least. Let me know what you think in the comments. This one's gonna hurt. Got the insta heal. Damage is still really good though. There's Eloin. Cleansed. We can use Kigiri's spot though for some healing right now. That's nice. A little early on Fasti, more than a little. I kind of zoned out for a second. That wasn't good, but we're gonna take him down right here. Right? No, take him down. Also might have wasted Helga. All right, we can get Kigiri back down. We need Eloin. We got her. All right, let's go for 100k plus. What do you say? I think we'll make Helga. Yeah, we're gonna make it with Helga. I gotta check that speed on Helga after this video because it's definitely hurting us a bit. Insta heal from Fasti. All right, trigger. Helga now. We'll wait on Kigiri. Can we wait? I don't think we can wait actually. By the time, because Dolores would just run out. Yeah, we couldn't wait there. That was a mistake. Let's get broke here. Leia. You can see, like, even with the -8, Nocturne almost just fell. So we're probably going to fall apart here. But normally, a proper Helga build will give you 10 reductions. She'll hit 10 stuns. So unfortunately, we're not getting that right now. Fasti with the burst. We held on. There's Helga. Kigiri, we got to use him now. It's not lining up right now between Kigiri and Dolores. Let's get those stats back open. So you can see how important the timing is. The timing hasn't lined up this time for us with the Ember Strikes, with the Dolores, and now he's 4th as opposed to 2nd where he had been on a lot of other stuff. Again, Nocturne is trying to die. We won't let him. All right, let's go, quick. Oh, we just missed that there. Being able to get the Ember, the counter. There's Helga. We will get through this phase though, it looks like. Hopefully I didn't speak too soon. There's 8. Let's make sure Broke here's ready. We got the Ember. Let's trigger Eloin. Perfect, man. We're over 90k. First heal, Nocturne. All right. Let's see the patch in full effect. Can we, with nothing lined up, can we do this right now? Can we line this up perfectly? Let's see it. So normally this would be unthinkable with this setup we had. That was bad with Fasti. That was wrong. But we're cruising. We got the Ember Strike that time. It's really nice because you're 8 seconds sooner to the next ult when you hit it right away like that. It's really nice. Yeah, you can see we need a lot of damage. We're gonna have to line everything up. So I'm actually gonna hold Nocturne waiting for Soul Cadence to make sure that lines up. There we go. Soul Cane's ready? Not yet. Now we can do it. Great. And look at that, we're almost at 50% at the 130 mark. We might be right there. So at 130, we're at 54. So we're really gonna have to focus the damage here, but we're making it. And we're definitely gonna, almost definitely gonna break 100,000. Just need a ton of Soul Cadence Dolores lineups. We might get there. Now, the damage, we're still a little behind because obviously with only 4 DPSers, and these are good DPSers, but you know, kind of suboptimal, especially having Nocturne for this. But he does have Hex, right? So if he got Hex in this, I think we might be in a different spot. Yeah, we're hurting a bit now. So at 33%, we'd want to be at a minute left. We're obviously not there. But okay, this is going to be the end of the fight, guys, but I really hope this did give you a really good sense of how good Kigiri is for this stuff. This isn't a Watcher comp. He's one of only 4 DPS, and we're just doing crazy stuff. Of course, I'll show you the stats at the end. Let's get a little trigger here. Fasti. So we're only missing it by 10%, maybe it's going to be. Ooh, even less after the burst. 6.3%. So without a doubt, with some min-maxing, with some timing, if going into that phase it went a little nicer, Pink definitely will break that. And maybe Pink even this week, I'll shoot him a message, I'll shoot him the screenshot. Maybe even this week we'll get a first 120K. That's a big thank you to KIGIRI. So let's check those stats and let's wrap this thing up. He is coming in at number 4, but he was such an amazing enabler with the buff strips. He's nearly, these guys are all within 11 million. Soul Cadence is just the king. So I think in time, everyone to really perfect those timings, getting all those Ember Strikes, getting them to line up with Dolores. But he works really well. I mean, this is with an AZ or Alistair, who's, yeah, not on the level of an A1 Alistair, but very high damage. On my account, he's like number 3, lining up kind of right neck and neck with him. I think it's a really admirable, really impressive result. And then he's the one with all his stripping that allowed us to make it that long into the fight and get an all-time best score, 103K. For Pink Jesus. Huge thank you again to Pink Jesus. Thank you so much to all you guys who made it to the end of this. Thank you to R-Type for editing this video. If you like my stuff, please subscribe. I know my content can be longer than others, but I hope you see why. I take a lot of time with it. I get deep in the weeds, and I hope you guys learn something. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. Share it with your mother. I've been Fastidious. KIGIRI is awesome. I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.